Hello. So today, I wanted to share something with you that I think everybody will benefit if I would say if you drive a car. So I've been debating on this one because I've been wanting to wait till my car batteries not working too well, so I can actually bring that to my car and share that with you. But it hasn't been happening, and hopefully it's not. But I have this thing. It's called DP Power Out. My husband bought it, and it's pretty much stayed in my car. And then he has another one as well. I think it's a different brand. And then he puts it in his car. So what I love about this is, let me open it. Right, it's it has the jumper cable. So in the older days, whenever our car batteries die, we have to jump. We have to get the jumper cables, and then you have to have another car, and then you have to connect to your car, or make sure that there is a parking spot next to your car so it's close enough for the jumper cable to be able to connect two cars, right? And I have been in situations that was not quite possible. And I remember one time, it was like probably more than 10 years ago at work, or maybe 8 or 10. Got off at work at 6 and my car wouldn't start. But the spot that I was at, I think there was cars maybe next to it or something. Anyway, so my coworker had to actually manually and I move the car, right, so that I can be next to his car or he can be next to my car so that we can jumpstart my car battery. So this is what it looks like. Now, I'm going to be honest, I am not a car expert. My husband is more so, and he just got it, and put it in my car just because it can be really a lifesaver, right? When you're out by yourself and you don't know anybody, you don't have anybody to call, you don't have to rely on anybody. Of course, there's always AAA, things like that, but if you can just fix it yourself, it will be really time saving and possibly money saving, right? So I really think that it's more than a car jumper, right? Car battery jumper. So let me show you. So I don't have a car here with me, and I'm just going to show this to you. Now, this thing, it's pretty awesome because the reason I really encourage everybody to have one, and I think we have this probably, I want to say 3 years or so. And I think it's becoming very, very, very popular now, and it's not very expensive nowadays. And so there's an on and off button. And the cool thing is, if you run out of batteries, right, you can actually use it as a charger because this is a battery, right? You charge that's a USB port. This is another charger port. It's not USB, it's the older version one. Now and this is where you charge up, so you would want it to make sure you have a charge at all times. I would say you can check it maybe once a quarter, depending on, I guess, the condition of your car, the place you live at, to see how soon the battery goes. You want it to make sure that not just it's in your car without battery, but it's always charged up because these are emergency devices, so you will want to have it when you actually need it, right? So you will always want to do a maintenance and take it out like once a quarter and see, just charge it up, put it back in your car. Things like this that you would be so thankful you did it. So this is an on button, right? Wait, I just turned it off. So it kind of shows you I think the battery, I just looked at it a little bit before I came on the camera. But what is really, really cool is it has a flashlight. So let me see. I thought, yep. Oh, so bright, right? So if you need it, I think it's different mode. Different mode. Oops, sorry. I think it's a different mode. So that's really cool. So there's a power button. That's when I push it, and then the flashlight came on. So a little awkward there, but I just want to show you how it works. And then there's a compass here too. Not that a lot of people know how to use it nowadays. I'm glad that if you're a Girl Scout or Boy Scout or know how to read a manual compass, because we all have a digital compass on our phone nowadays. So I admire you if you know how to use that one. So that's the screen. So it's pretty basic, right? So there's ports that you can charge up if you ever need to. So what happened was we also took that out during the winter storm in Texas because we were running out of, we don't have electricity, and then we all rely on the phone to give us the news and the updates and, you know, things like that. And then, you know, the phone can only last so long. So I, you know, told my husband, like, hey, you know what, like, we have this, so we can use it. But we're lucky that we have a friend that have electricity, so we went to their place to actually charge up our phone and his, my husband and mine, just so that we can last a few more days, just to get the news and things like that. Not to play games, you know, I wouldn't waste it during those times, but so that becomes really extra battery for you to use in case you need it, right? Because we weren't driving around at that time. So it's really cool. Like, they make it really, really nice. So what I want to show you is, if you already know how to use this, and I did it before, like a couple of years ago, or maybe 3, can't remember now, 2 or 3. I left work on a Friday, and Friday was usually my late working day, and so I left probably around 9 p.m. Luckily, my boss was still in the office, maybe 8:30 or 9. My boss was still in the office, and he was the last one. And I went to the garage. I couldn't open the door, and I was like, well, what's wrong with the car? I was like, oh, maybe my key battery died, so I couldn't open. And then after, like, I don't know, 10-20 minutes looking up the phone, researching it, I realized, and then calling my husband, and then realizing I think my car battery was dead at that moment. That's why I couldn't open the door. I don't know, things like that, right? So you can tell I'm not a car expert. So I called my boss. I was like, hey, do you happen to leave? My car's dead. Would you be able to come and help me out? I don't think he had the jumper cable with him. And I didn't have, well, I thought I didn't have it, but then I was like, oh, I have this thing that I'm showing you today. So let me take it out. Or maybe my husband reminded me. And so I didn't know how to do it. I'm always nervous when I'm dealing with cars, right? So guys, they know easily. Oh, they say, oh, this goes here, battery's charged, plug it in, step on the pedal, it works. So that was really, really easy because I have this and I have my boss to help me out. And so that was, so like, my husband didn't have to drag the kids to come to downtown to rescue me, right? All these things. And coming into the garage, and in the garage you have to pay, all these things, right? So it just makes it a lot easier. And, I was really, really lucky that my boss was still in the office at that time. So I think what happened, what it is, if yours is charged up, you plug in this little port, right? And then you, of course, you have to turn it on, and then you hook it on. Make sure you know which side is which side. You hook it onto the battery, and that's how you can, jumpstart your own car. So it makes it really, really easy. And even if it's not because of the jumper thing, the jumper option, the fact that it's an extra battery for you to have, when you go camping, things like that on trips. In the wild, it's a really good tool for you to have, right? Just so that you can charge up, um, things like that. So that's really handy. Like especially Texas went through that winter storm without the electricity. Um, so I think people are thinking about having extra external batteries that they can take it with them. So this is how you charge up the battery. You just, right, it comes with all these accessories. So you plug it in, it says input there, and then you just plug it into the wall. And then that's how you charge up. Also, it comes with this, which is for the cars, and you can actually, yeah, you can charge in the car too. But it might be a little slower, I'm imagining. And then this is the other thing you can charge. Some, the other wire, the not the USB, but prior to USB, that's what they have. And it comes with the USB cord as well for you, not for iPhone, but for maybe like Kindle, something like Kindle, right? Because that's the connector. And then it comes with a bunch of this. So I guess you can swap the different size, right? Maybe shaver and, things like that. And then it does come with a little manual, which I haven't really read it. I don't like reading manuals. So, and they all fit in. Look at how I take it out, become a mess. So I really love that. I think it's a really awesome investment for you to put it in your car or any car that you have. You don't move it. You don't just move it around, I don't think. It's just for the extra emergency toolkit that you want to have, right? And it just, you never know when you need it. That's what I'm going to say. And I really encourage the ladies to have it. But not just the ladies, the guys too. My husband has it. And, sometimes when you're traveling with kids, you don't want the unnecessary. So I kind of stuff it all back. Not very pretty, but it close. You don't want unnecessary stress to put it on your family, especially you have babies and young kids, and you just want it to rather be safe than sorry. That's always my philosophy. I know not everybody thinks like me, but this is what I believe in, and I hope everybody can benefit from little gadgets like that. It's just a lifesaver, because when you call like AAA, I don't know how much they charge nowadays for a trip to Jumpstart, but if you have a membership, it might be okay, but you still have to wait for them and things like that. So if you can just take care of it on your own, you'll be that much faster. All right, so I will leave it here, and I hope to see you next time. Bye.